Welcome everyone to episode 49 of Raw Sport. My name is Ahmed Al Houli. We're back with another show, another banger. My co-host, Mr. Tony Shin, joins me once again. Tony, what's happening, mate?
Ahmed, good morning. Another lovely Friday afternoon, brother.
Another big guest, another special guest, Mr. Rocky Balboa joins us on the show. Rocky, how are you, mate?
I'm doing great. Privileged to be on the show and have a chat with you guys.
Good to have you on, mate.
Our utmost pleasure, mate. Before we get into everything, let's go back in time. Who is Rocky Ogden?
Just a young bloke trying to make it. Nah. So
Take me back, mate. Take me back. Let's go. Come on.
So at 16 or younger, I went to 4 years chasing the Muay Thai journey, and I lived there 4 years. Got a world title over there. Had 45 pro Muay Thai fights, and that was my dream, is to be a Muay Thai fighter and that. And then over the time, it changed a bit up. I thought maybe going down the MMA path, but I had a few sparrings in between that when I couldn't get a fight, and did boxing. And then, why are you not boxing? I was like, I didn't know I could box so good. And then from then on, just being fucking, and now I'm here, and just privileged to be on this journey and trying to take it as far as I can make it.
So you went to Thailand?
Yeah.
You had 45 Muay Thai fights?
Yeah, 45 pro Muay Thai fights.
In how long a period of time?
Probably throughout 4 to 5 years.
Wow.
What, living there?
Sorry, what was that?
Were you living there?
Yeah, I moved there when I was 16. There for 4 years.
Wow.
Who'd you move with?
Myself. I met a Thai trainer here, and then I fought really good from the other Muay Thai gyms. They're not that good here. And then I fought with him, fought really good, and then we had to tell my parents that, and they sent me over. Stayed there for a month, and then decided to go back. And then thought I was like a little Thai boy. I could speak fluent Thai, but I loved it. Loved being over there. It made me the fighter I am today for 100%.
Take us through that journey. 45 fights in Thailand. I've been to Thailand. I've watched all those fights.
Yeah,
they're very, very interesting the way they match make. The night I was there, the blue corner won every single fight, which was very, very interesting. Now, take us through your journey there. 45 fights, 4 years. Not long for 45 fights. Boxers do that over 15 years, if that. Take us through that. 16 years old, moved to Thailand. What happened next, buddy?
So, the first month I've spoken about it before. I went there for the first month, and I fought at Ratcharan Stadium, with the original stadiums in Bangkok, and fought a Japanese guy with like 50 fights. But at that stage, I haven't even had like a pro fight with elbows or nothing. So I kind of had like a bit of stage fight in there. Didn't get hurt or nothing, but just lost some points. And then I got grueling from the Thai trainers after, saying, "You're shit. You never come back. Leave you in Bangkok." Like, they get pretty because they expected a lot from me, and that hurt me a lot. I was like, "Fuck, I know I'm better than this." And then I said, "Well, you wait. When I come back, I won't lose. I'll be a different fighter." And I came back, and then won 8 fights in a row by knockout, or 9 fights, sorry, by knockout with body shots and stuff like that. And then I moved. I was living in Samoy for about a year and a half. And then I moved out to St. Chinoy's gym out in Pathum Thani. So that gym's out in like the country. Yeah, everyone showers in like a bucket of water. It's like a big concrete tub of water. All in your undies, you just shower there. You're training with chicken poo all over the ground, everything like that. But man, that gym, it's either makes or breaks a fighter. And like John Wayne, a lot of guys have come from the same family, that Thai family, and the experience and knowledge I got, and just it couldn't have got it from being in Australia. So I'm very happy that I went there and did that. Even though I'm only pretty new to boxing, I think the only reason I've been able to go fast in boxing was from background, and I fought some guys with 300 plus fights, and that experience, it's definitely made me the fighter I am today.
When you were 16 and you went over to Thailand, had you completed your education?
No, so I dropped out of school, and I knew I was going to chase fighting. Like, my parents knew I was serious about it, so they backed me in that journey, and that's why I'm holding my end up now. and I don't want to give up on it. So I'm trying to make it as far as I can make it.
So living in a foreign country and being a 16-year-old, surely that's the best education you can have.
Oh, bloody oath, man. It made me a man for sure. And over there, kids, it's a different age. Like here, we get a lot more baby. The kids there bloody ride motorbikes, scooters, and they don't treat you like a kid there, you know, like they'll punch you, bash you, like. But I loved it, you know. I've always been obsessed with old school fighters and old school mentality. So for me, my parents, they came over once and they see the way they were treated, and they were like, "Whoa, this is horrible." I was like, "What? I love this," you know. I always loved that old school mentality and old school style of training. So I loved it.
Yeah, and I assume it made you a man quicker, you know, being able to navigate the language barrier, the food, and all that type of living arrangements.
Yeah, bloody earth. Oh, but I got obsessed with the Thai culture. You know what I mean? So I just was only living with, like, I went through a stage as a young kid. I didn't even want to hang out with foreigners or not foreigners, like Westerners that would come over. I was like, no, I'm only with the Thais. And that helped a lot too. Like, I was just with all the Thais learning. I never learned Thai by like education or school there. Just learned it from speaking Thai. And half the Thais there thought I was half Thai. They thought my mum or dad was like a Thai or something. But I loved it, man. Like, it's just experiences that you can never get from anything else, you know.
Wow. What was the biggest lesson you learned?
So many.
Give us one big one that really changed you.
Probably like leave it in the ring. You know what I mean? Don't have that regret of like holding back or not listening to your corner when you get out of the ring, and then yeah, you got all that thought and regret of, oh, I should have done this, should have done that. So and having a big heart, they're real big on having a big heart. You know, they say you can teach technique and teach that, but if someone hasn't got a heart, it goes nowhere in the sport. So that was a big thing. Just breaking you down as a fighter. They're always trying to take you to breaking point to make you quit. And it's about if you can hold it in and keep pushing forward. You know what I mean? So that definitely made me a lot stronger. The strengths I got from there was incredible. Like, you know what I mean? You come back crazy. I couldn't even speak English. I was like pidgin English, and but it's good. Like, I come back like never had, I think, 4 years, no birthday, no Christmas, no holidays, nothing. I remember I come back, your parents, and they're going, "What do you want for this? What do you?" I'm like, "I don't want nothing." Like, it definitely opens your eyes up to different perspective on life as well. Like, you don't need all these gifts, and you don't need all that. You know what I mean? But,
so, whereabouts are you living now?
I'm in Miami on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, and you've just spoken about the assimilation. Did you find it really hard to go from Thailand to next to nothing to now having the creature comforts of being back in the Western world?
Yeah, I did. I think, well, I mean, now I've kind of adjusted to it, but for me, it was more like the way I was training. I was more nervous coming back, going, oh, how am I going to be fighting the same if I'm not training like that? Because I know how strong it made me, you know what I mean? But at the same time, there's a bit of a balance to it. You get to a certain point where you're like, all right, I want to kind of start taking care of certain things. Like, you always got like skin infections or you're sick or something there. Like, remember at the gym there, like, you'd be so run down from training because they have no like thoughts of, oh, okay, you're tired today. Just, and that the mums at the gym would put like IV drips in you. And I'll be seeing like bubbles coming to the shoe. I'm like, oh, the bubbles are like, shut up, you baby. Like, in our country, we know that's just like a big no-no, but you know, it's all go there. But yeah. But now I'm just learning how to be more professional, you know, take care of my health, take care of food, but still want to get back to that bit of that old school mentality, you know what I mean? Just try to be tough.
How did that experience prepare you for your boxing pro debut and all your boxing career so far?
Well, the guys I was fighting, like the last guy I fought, second last on one, he was a living legend. Like, these guys, when I first went there, I'd sit down. Like, I watch fights every day, like boxing now, just to learn. And now I'd watch it every day. These are the guys I was watching, like wow, how can one day be like these guys? And then you're fighting them. That was like, holy shit, like a crazy moment for a world title and one. And then, yeah, so those moments, like, and just, it's more than that. It's more like just the training sessions you've had there, like how hard they were, and there's certain moments that you can't even really describe that's just that hard, and that just prepares you kind of, even in life, you know what I mean? I feel like it's prepared me for so much. Like, I know myself, you know, over everything. I know how much I can take. I know how far I can push in that. But for the boxing thing, but also in saying that it's a different sport, so I'm still trying to learn the style. Like it is different. Fighting, I believe, like you still have that same mentality of ring. Like I've been in the ring a certain amount of times. I know how to control my nerves and all that now. But just trying to learn the different tricks in that to boxing, which is to take me to the next level.
We presume that the respect you have from the Muay Thai community as well as the boxing community is enormous, considering what you've been through.
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah. Well, to be honest, in Australia at the time, because I was over there, like I can talk to like world class guys, and they'll have respect for me. But then I come back here, and people don't really know, they're stuck in their little bubble. But yeah, but it's pretty crazy, like how quick boxing, and I'm happy, and yeah, it's cool. I'm just trying to see how far I can take this journey. I didn't even expect to be at this level so quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what are you, 7-1?
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you finding the transition?
Good. You know, always love boxing as well. You know what I mean? And it's kind of now when I see people kicking it, it's like, oh, that looks like it's painful. But I'm enjoying it. I think it was I was kind of getting a bit over Muay Thai. Like you do it so much every day in Thailand, fight every month, and it was kind of refreshing to do a new sport. So it's like it's exciting again, trying to learn and get back up to that level again. You know what I mean?
In your last fight on Channel 7, actually, it was a national fight. I mean, it was all over. You lost against Mr. Cheng Yang. Sorry, I had to look at the phone because I forgot his name. It's pretty hard to remember.
Ching Bang Bang.
Cheng Bang Bang. To many boxing fans, that was a surprise. We didn't expect that. A loss, from what we've spoken to so many fighters before, has taught them more than all their wins, and that's like a very, very, very common theme. What did that loss do to you, Rocky?
Man, it woke me up a lot, to be honest. It's given me that hunger back. Oh, let's go. 1 sec. Sorry. Oh, phone's about the door. Head.
It's all good, mate. Yeah.
1 sec, mate.
It's all good.
The beauty of live streaming.
It's all good. Let's keep
these
going.
youngins these days. No, but that loss, I think it taught me more. I think I was getting a bit comfortable with the whole bloody hell. I was getting too comfortable. I think not getting away, like I was knocking those guys out. But I think everyone else had a big expectation that I was just going to knock people out, you know. So I like boxing as well. And I think when it come to actually boxing, people were shocked when I didn't knock them out straight away. But I think the game plan and that, people got I don't know, I just didn't stick to my plan. It just was one of those nights everything kind of fell apart. But I know that I'm better than these guys. Like, I know the level I'm at. Like the guys I was sparring overseas and how good I was doing. So that hurt me a lot. But it's also given me like, you know, I'll show everyone that's doubting me, you know what I mean? It's got me that motivation back again to train even harder and push even harder and fix all the little errors that I made in the fight. So I'm excited to just get back to it.
Do you believe it's brought back that Thai hunger that you had living in those rural areas, training on chicken shit, literally?
Yeah.
You feel that's come back? Have you changed anything in your camp?
Yeah, a little bit. Just trying to stay away from not people, but you know what I mean. Just shelter myself.
Girls, trying to stay away from girls. Yeah.
Like in Thailand, I'd always be locked in. Like you just lock yourself in the camp, not lock yourself in, but you know what I mean. You just only thing you're thinking about is this guy and training. And I'm just trying to get back that mentality again of all right. It's kind of like not like you got the fear, but in Thailand, every fight I had, it was a step up fight. So you got that feeling of oh shit, I got to train hard. I got that feeling again, like all right, this guy's coming to fight. I think everyone overlooked this guy a little bit, you know what I mean? And I was watching some fights going, fuck, he's tough, but people thought it was going to be, you know, they think it's going to knock everyone out. And, you know, but it doesn't always work out the way you want. That's the crazy thing about fighting, you know, anything can happen. And I'm just really excited and looking forward to, you know, putting on a show and getting back to that winner circle.
Hey, Rocky, speaking of girls and how some boxers abstain from seeing them. Ahmed and I caught up with an AFL star the other day who's fighting in the next 2 weeks, and we were talking about the release of built-up sexual tension. You're a fighter. Can you take us through what you do and what other boxers do?
Listen, I'll be honest. That's something I've always not looked into, but like all different fighters, like, what fighter does this? In Thailand, I used to do like 3 weeks or something, no masturbation, no nothing, just because I was copying the old school. But to be honest, like it doesn't really make a difference. Like there's studies these days that prove it gives you more power. Like Terence Crawford, that changed my perspective too, because he says he does it the night before every fight. So that changed my perspective. But I just try to do 1 week, you know what I mean? Just but even
well, there you go. We lost him.
Right on cue.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he was just starting to get into the interesting stuff and the more interesting stuff, and he's zoned right out. So
well, somebody didn't like it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he'll come back on. It's just a matter of he's probably lost his battery.
Well, it seems to be, yes. But
you know what's interesting, Tony, is I don't think many people know about that life of his in Thailand.
In the wilderness.
He lived at the age of 16. He moved out of home. I mean, imagine a young Aussie boy leaving Queensland at 16 years old and going to live in rural Thailand. Imagine telling your parents that. I think, what the hell? No chance.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's that's a pretty brave and bold move by him and his parents, actually, because I will not let my son go live in rural Thailand. So, you know, it's quite the move. The good news is he's back, so we'll bring him straight back on.
I was looking at you for a bit, going, are they just...
Welcome back, buddy. You're back. You're back, Rocky.
Sorry, bro. It connects to the Wi-Fi.
It's all right, mate.
You're right in the middle.
Take us through the sexual frustrations and tensions before the big fight and what you do to abstain from it.
Yeah, so back to the thing. I don't think it's not so much about like releasing what's bad for you. It's more about you out chasing girls, doing that stuff. You know, you're not focused on the guy you're fighting. So that's the main thing about it. Like a lot of people out and you're distracted. You know what I mean? So it's when you got nothing to worry about. Some guys do like 8 weeks. I think it's crazy. I think it's bad for you. But I think just, you know, a week before the fight, at least 1 week, you know, you focus on the fight, get a bit of your aggression coming. But even as a fighter, you don't even want to be angry, you know what I mean? You want to be calm, relaxed. But yeah, I just try to do 1 week. But like I'm pretty disciplined with that. Like once I'm in fight camp, I'm locked in. Like I'm just training flat out. I'm not hanging out with people. I'm not really focusing on other stuff. But I just think fighters need to understand it's more so about the focusing on the fight aspect, not so much the power you're going to lose.
Yeah, we saw Mike Tyson. I mean, I think pre-one fight, it was like 2 to 3 months, and he went crazy.
Yeah.
And then I've interviewed Jeff Fennick in the past, the 4-time Australian world champion. He needs it regularly, even sometimes on the day of the fight. Obviously, he retired a long time ago, but that's what he revealed to us.
I think it's also you got to do what works for you, you know? Everyone's different. Some people are crazy and they can't go without it. But yeah, do what works for you and figure that out. But yeah.
Rocky, Mr. Yang. Rocky, Mr. Yang, July 20.
Yeah.
Right? Have you done anything different this camp?
What's that, sorry?
Have you done anything different this camp? Or
I'm already working on different things.
Are you living at home still, or you moved out to the wilderness?
No, I moved out. I live on my own in Miami, but it's right next to the gym I train at. So I train with Clayton Collier, and I train down in NTG with Nugget McNaught and that. But this camp I'm just overdoing, like a lot of movement, head movement, back to the disciplines of working off my jab, all those, you know, making sure I'm using my legs. I've got a strength and conditioning coach now. Just little things that, you know, I'm just making sure I'm not leaving anything undone, because man, I don't want to go out like that again. You know, that hurts me more than anything. I get real embarrassed about that. So I'm just ready to go to take this man's head off, essentially.
Mate, you'll be back.
Or outboxing.
You'll be back. You'll be back stronger than ever. Who's the one person you've looked up to throughout your career thus far?
Through boxing, definitely Roberto Duran. It's my favorite boxer.
Life.
Oh, life. Look, I think when I was younger, I'd try to find other inspirations and that, but like now I'm coming back to more so just your family. When no one sees when you're a kid, they're the ones out there through thick and thin, putting it together to make sure you get to eat and things like that. But I have so many, so many different inspirations and stuff like that. But I just try it's mainly boxers. I always look at boxers and different fighters and try to look at what they're, like Mike Tyson says, look at champions, look at what they do, copy them, like in a way, you know what I mean? So you got to, like Mike Tyson says, become the champion before you are the champion. So I'm trying to do that, see what they do, how they train, their mentality, and just put that into my life.
Wise words.
Yeah.
Any regrets so far?
Regrets? Nah, yes and no. There's been a few regrets when I was young, just as in like the way I let people would treat you and manipulate me. But at the same time, without that, you don't learn about that. I try to take everything as a lesson now, not be angry as this happened, that happened. Take stuff as a lesson and learn how to not let it happen again and move forward. So in that way, no, not really any regrets. I feel like we're young and we're learning, so everyone makes mistakes, but it's just how you try and be better every day.
Well, if you beat Ching Ching Bang Bang, you might be able to earn enough money to buy Buddy Franklin's $10 million house down the road.
Oh, that's the days once you go on the big stage, yeah.
All right. Rocky.
Hey, when I beat.
Yeah.
Rocky Balboa, mate, you've been absolutely amazing, very generous with your time.
I appreciate
For
it.
all those that don't know when the fight is, can you please give us some information on the fight? Where can we find you on social media?
Yeah, so it's going to be at Southport Sharks, 20th of July, on Premier Boxing Series. It's going to be the first, I don't know if this is announced yet, but it's going to be on Saturday, the first Saturday show. They done really good with the numbers, so it's going to be prime time now, so everyone can tune in, have a couple of beers on a Saturday night. And
on what channel?
Tune in. What's that,
on what channel? On what channel?
Channel 7 Plus. So you get the app, and then it's free to air TV. You can't go wrong with that. So this show is going to have a lot of talent. You got Jalen Tate headlining. There's a lot of talents coming through, and it's going to be a real big show, an exciting show. So you don't want to miss it. On Instagram, you can find me King Rocky Ogden, and yeah, give me a follow and keep following the journey.
Australia's Rocky Balboa.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rocky Ogden, aka Rocky Balboa. Thank you very much for joining us on Raw Sport.
Have a good day.
Good luck.
Thank you, brother. Take care, my man.